This is the most hard to understand signs of all, and Pisces natives even find it hard to understand their own selves. Hello everyone, this is Simona Rich from Rising Moon Astrology. Pisces is a mutable water sign. It's the last sign of the zodiac representing the feet in the human body. This sign represents dissolution, and that's why it's so hard for them to understand who they are. It's as though they have no inner core. They can become whatever other people want them to be. They can adjust to different circumstances. They can take on the energies of different places they live in and different people they hang out with. So like water, which is their element, they take shape of whatever they are exposed to. So for this reason, it's very important for them to be in the right environments and with the right kind of people. Because of the lack of the strong core, Pisces natives' parents must raise them with strong moral emphasis. Because if they don't grow up in such a way, then it could be easy for them to lie to themselves and others when they grow up, and also to have no guiding light in their lives. They are very imaginative, and many tend to escape from difficulties by being lost in their imagination. Or they can view the world through a more positive lens and choose not to see the ugly sides of it. Some may also have more harmful escapist tendencies, such as using alcohol or drugs. They tend to idealize their partners, and only after a bigger commitment do they see their darker sides. These people are perfectly suited for the movie industry and in other industries where the creation of fantasy is important. They can make good photographers and artists. Pisceans tend to idealize some part of time. For example, they might see the past better than it really was. Or they might look hopefully to the future thinking it's gonna be much better then. Those who strongly believe in Aquarian age being perfect often have strong Pisces in their charts. And if you want to hear the astrological truth about this age, let me know in the comments. These people can be very compassionate, and they can even part with their savings to help someone in need. It's however easy to deceive them by appealing to their emotions, and often Pisceans are swindled of large amounts of money because of this weakness. They take action if their emotions are appealed to, and sometimes they take action without thinking. So they might take action because of the atmosphere, energies, the kind of people they are surrounded with, the psychic influences, or their intuition. They are moved by music, beauty, and harmony. Often they lack self-confidence, so it would be hard for them to take a definite stand or to be the center of attention. Some Pisceans suffer from depression and very low self-esteem. From those who do suffer from such things, I advise to change their place of living and their circle of friends, and they might find that the situation changes for the better. They are very interested in dreams, mystical things, astrology, and spirituality in general. They can put a lot of energy in such pursuits. They can quite easily learn astral projection and lucid dreaming, and usually these people are easily hypnotized. They are usually very talented. In fact, I think that they are one of the most talented signs in the zodiac. But because of their fear of taking the center spot, being the center of attention, they end up not showing their true talents to the world or their extent. Also, they might think in a much worse way about their skills and talents than they are in reality. So there are many Pisceans who are experts at what they do. For example, they might be excellent painters, but because they don't market themselves and they don't put themselves out there for the public to see and appreciate, they end up not attracting enough attention to their artworks. Two fish swimming in opposite directions well illustrate their nature, as Pisceans can be very self-contradicting. They can even contradict themselves in one sentence. They might say they will do something, but then they end up doing the opposite. And it's not intentional. They just simply act in accordance to how they feel and what the environment directs them to do, what the energies around them influence them to do. They can be very hard to understand because they can be totally illogical. Their actions might lack normal sequence. Again, that's because they are not led by logic, but they act through intuition and what's in the atmosphere energetically. If they are not inspired by something, they can become very passive. Their action often doesn't have continuity. For example, they can be resting for a long period of time and then suddenly they start working and they work long time and very hard, and then they again start resting and then just work sometimes and rest again. So there's no predictable routine. It all depends on their intuition and what their emotional state is. They can be disorganized, often changing their minds and not following on their promises. The 12th house ruled by Pisces rules things hidden, things secret, and things private. So you will find Pisceans sometimes disappearing from your life without any trace. They are also good keepers of secrets. Sometimes they retreat to be alone and to recharge. What also helps them recharge is having spiritual practice. They are highly impressionable, so they might be strongly in favor of something, but then their situation changes, their place of living or circle of friends changes, and then they might hold an opposite idea or belief than they held before. In love, Pisces natives can be changeable because of their passive nature. So they won't go out of their way to cheat, but if there's strong interest in them and that interested person is being very proactive, they might give in. These people are very sensitive and they deal with that sensitivity in many ways. For example, some Pisceans can overeat to unconsciously protect themselves with extra weight from the world. Some Pisceans are secluded, some live in their own created fantasy worlds, and some design their lives in a way that they would avoid as much as possible contact with harsh people or the harshness of the world. Pisceans are very emotional and they easily can cry if they feel sad. They find it hard to function in competitive, stressful, and unloving environments or where there is no beauty or harmony. Pisces is not a materialistic sign, it's a spiritual sign. So they find it easy to live a simple life in nature without many material comforts. They are more interested in things spiritual and things that make their heart happy rather than fame and money. Also, Pisceans can accomplish a lot in life if they're away from stress, harsh world, and negative people. Such an environment would allow their creativity and productivity to flourish. So from their place of safety, they can create something truly useful or beautiful. In love, they can be very needy. So aloof partners such as Aquarians or Geminis are not suitable for them. They need a partner to emotionally connect with and who is mild and gentle. Pisces lack boundaries, so some people find it easy to use them. If they get wrong partners, those partners can destroy them. And if they really like someone, they will want to spend their whole time with them and they will not pay attention to social conventions. This can make others feel cautious because they might not understand Piscean intentions. But Pisceans rarely have bad intentions. Usually they are kind and well-meaning people. The only true reason they might act in a negative way is because they might be the products of their environments or the circle of friends. Pisces is a feminine and negative sign. It's considered to be very fruitful. The best countries for Pisces natives to live in are Portugal, Spain, France, and Egypt. Pisceans feel their best when they live near large water bodies, especially the sea. They also need the location to be beautiful for them to feel their best. They should ideally live away from cities in natural surroundings. Their colors are lavender and sea green. Their metal is tin. The gemstone for Pisces is amethyst. It's a spiritual stone that helps in meditations and other spiritual practices. It balances mood swings and helps with fear and anxiety. Yellow sapphire is also excellent for Pisces natives as it's a stone of their ruling planet Jupiter. That is, of course, a traditional ruling planet. It helps with focus, balances emotional states, and reduces anxiety. It's also told to relieve stress. Turquoise is another excellent stone for Pisceans as it stabilizes their mood swings, helps them to better express themselves, and it's told to aid in detoxification and the absorption of nutrients. Pisceans get along best with Cancer and Scorpio people. They also get along with Taurus and Capricorn natives. They usually attract Virgos as their partners because Virgo is on the cusp of the 7th house for Pisces ascendants. Click here to watch my playlist of other zodiac signs. See you in the next video.